Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here. My throat's a little sore today, so we're going to see if I can do this really well without hurting my voice too much more. And let's dive in today with a Scolipede strategy. I'm actually really happy for this Pokemon. It's a very strong Pokemon, and really, this Pokemon is one that many people haven't been using a lot, and I honestly don't know why. It's very, very good. Why is that? Well, the ability, Speed Boost. Blaziken is an incredibly controversial Pokemon because of Speed Boost. Ninjask also has some good play, but Scolipede can really make use of that Speed Boost ability with its really good move pool and just its pretty awesome offensive stats. So if we look, base attack of 100, not bad. Blaziken has 120 base attack for a little bit of reference, so he's only going to be getting about 50 more points with max IVs and EVs. So yeah, it's like, while there is a lot more damage there, Scolipede still has a chance of doing some crazy things like that. So here's your basic moveset I'm thinking about. Protect, X Scissor, Poison Jab, Rock Slide. You can also go Mega Horn if you really want to just obliterate your opponent. 120 power, that's going to get stabbed, but the 85 accuracy, too risky for me. I'm just going to go with X Scissor. If you want the KO potential, go for it. If not, take the risk. So items, pretty much any offensive item is a very good choice right here. We have Life Orb or Choice Band, and I was even thinking, if you change a couple things up, go Focus Sash and then turn this into a Swords Dance, and now you have a really threatening Pokemon. You know, you're pretty much making it to where you guarantee your survival on the Focus Sash, as long as they don't have any entry hazards on the field. And then you set up that Swords Dance, so by the end of that Swords Dance turn, you're getting your Speed Boost. If Focus Sash was procced, well, then that means it was just really safe. So now you're going to get +1 to your speed, +2 to your offense, and now you're stronger than the Blaziken in just one turn with that Rock Slide for coverage, Mega Horn, and Poison Jab, hitting everything really well. So if we look over here, I've been having a weird time with these EVs. I'm definitely thinking Adamant Nature, maxing that out all the way. But depending on how you want to run it, if you want it to be a bit bulkier, you can put about 96 to 100 EVs into hit points and really not sacrifice a lot on speed. Scolipede's base speed is 112, which means even with 160, you're still getting 300, which means you're going to have some good outspeeding potential. And then, you know, that gets boosted to 450 and then 600. It makes you really untouchable to a point. So that's what I'm looking at for just, you know, a basic Scolipede strategy. If you want to, you know, try to set up with a Mega Horn and Swords Dance and try to really just start one-hitting foes really fast, really easily. I was also looking at another kind of a Scolipede strategy, the Substitute strategy. Since it has that speed boost, you can essentially hide behind Substitute, get a Lychee Berry proc. A little bit more, I would say, somewhat more safer than the Focus Sash, because if they have entry hazards, this strategy is going to work. Also, with Priority and Focus Sash, there's weird things that can happen there. This is just a kind of off strat that could really help against if your opponent is trying to bring a lot of statuses or something like that, you know. So I was thinking first turn Protect, get that speed boost rolling in your favor. Again, you can change the EVs however you want. Get the speed boost going in your favor. And then after that, you substitute, 4 substitutes, and then you're able to, or 3 to 4 depending on how many EVs you have in hit points. Looking at this, I think that is not divisible by 4. So, or is it? I haven't mathed in a while. No, it's definitely not divisible by 4. So, I mean, you're going to be able to use it 4 times, have 2 hit points remaining, and behind a substitute with that Lychee Berry proc. After that, you use Poison Jab and X Scissor to just knock your opponents down. So I think there's potential in that. It's just your pretty much like sub Lychee Salax strategy. It works really well on Scolipede because of that speed boost. So it's essentially a free attack stat when you're trying to do that. You do lose out on coverage, but if you know, you outspeed your opponent, they were going for some kind of status, or they were really trying to be tricky about it, you have a free substitute, and then you can still hit hard from behind it while you try to set up your Lychee Berry, and you're getting speed boost the whole way. Now, these are offensive Scolipedes. These are actually the least used of Scolipede, because if you look right here, boom. This is what I meant to put. Baton Pass right there, not X Scissor. Boom. So a lot of people have been using Scolipede as a baton passer, and it does its job very well. So as a baton passer, you're not going to be doing much offensively, if anything at all. This set does not have any offensive capabilities. So what I was thinking could work out really well is just going for as much tankiness as possible. I was thinking with this one, go with the defensive nature. Impish just looks like the best one. Whatever you can get your hold of, the one that lowers defense and attack as well. And you can get reasonably tanky, 250 defense, 226 special defense, over 300 health. You're going to be able to endure a hit. After that, you want to have Citrus Berry. The idea is first turn you want to go Protect, or sometimes you can just forego the Protect and have an offensive move depending on how you want to run it. So first turn, either Substitute or Protect. Protect is so you get that speed boost to try to make sure you can stay on top of your opponent. Other than that, you go Protect. Other than that, you can just go into the Substitute. The idea is you take the hit, get into a Substitute, speed boost proc, Citrus Berry guarantees that you're getting into that Substitute, and now you're ready to set up against your opponent. You can use Swords Dance at that point, so now you're going to be baton passing a +2 on the Swords Dance, as well as other stats like with the speed boost. You can keep using Substitute just to try to eat up as many turns to try to get to the baton pass. And after that, it's whenever you have an opportunity, go for the Swords Dance, go for the Substitute. The idea is you're baton passing a +2 speed, a +4 speed, a huge amount of speed into your Pokemon, and it's going to have at least one Swords Dance, maybe more if your opponent misplays or doesn't see it coming. On top of that, the X-Scissor strategy is a bit safer because, say you Scolipede's your last Pokemon, you still have an opportunity to set up, or even if you're set up with one or two Swords Dance, you can just turn around and start getting KOs, then baton pass it off instead of having to switch out, trying to keep as much edge as possible in the game. I just like the Protect one a bit more because I'm a really conservative player. I like playing very defensively, and that's how you do it. Just making sure, with that Protect, you're going to be getting your speed boost. You're going to be keeping your Substitute safe a little longer, and you're going to be making the Pokemon that you baton pass into as fast as possible. So when we look at this, a lot of options here, and when you baton pass with a strategy like this, any tanky Pokemon, I mean, you can put this into a Pokemon that has no speed investment, and they have the chance of outspeeding very fast Pokemon. You can also, try to put it into a Pokemon that has health and attack, split, health and defenses, and maybe even some way of setting up. Like if this went to a Snorlax, like my Snorlax, it does very well because now you don't have to risk the belly drum as early, and you have speed, which means your stockpile is going to be going ahead of your opponent in some cases. So it's just a lot of really good things to have. And if you're incredibly lucky, you'll also be able to baton pass with that Substitute still up, which is kind of one of the main cores behind Substitute. You either baton pass into a tanky Pokemon or a frail Pokemon with that Substitute still up. So there's a lot of ways of trying to preserve it. There's a lot of ways of trying to make it work. That's about all I've got. So actually, if anything, now that I'm thinking about it, the X-Scissor is a bit better if you just go for that Substitute, you land the Substitute on the first turn, and then now your Substitute's up. You can use that for the Swords Dance instead of, just protecting, Substitute, breaking, something like that. So this will keep your Substitute up and give you those attack options. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Scolipede, man, really strong Pokemon. Love it. A lot of people think it looks really awesome because it does. It's like really cool looking. The shiny is incredible. Let's see, do we even have the let's go make it shiny. Yeah, the shiny is really awesome right there. Looks like a lobster. So I hope you guys enjoyed this strategy, and I hope you all have a nice day.